From this new perspective, we start to see galaxies in a new way. Harrimain's theory predicts that there may be a supermassive black hole at the center of every galaxy.
It would be almost like spinning a coffee in the morning, where the coffee is completely black, a very dark black coffee, and you can't actually see the spin very well. But as soon as you put the cream in the coffee, all of a sudden the spin appears. Like the stars and the dust and the electromagnetic radiation in a galaxy makes the spin that's already present in the vacuum apparent to us. And we go, oh look, there's a galaxy with a black hole in the middle, where the black hole and the structure, the spinning galaxy, are actually present prior to us being able to see it. Universal black holes, these huge giants in the middle of galaxies and quasars and so on, are actually the same dynamics inside a teeny object we call an atom. And that when we're looking at a proton or the nucleus of an atom, we're looking at the same structure, the same dynamics of black hole, but in a very teeny object.
Leonard Susskind, the director of the Stanford Institute for Theoretical Physics, who is best known for having won the Black Hole War with Stephen Hawking on the information paradox, stated in a mini-lecture series that there is no sharp separation between particles and black holes. Many physicists, including Leonard Susskind, are independently exploring new understandings of black holes. Harrimain's proposed connection between the black hole forces and protons could prove highly significant.
We're made out of these objects. We're made out of protons and atoms and molecules and all this, and so it would stand to reason that the same kind of dynamics should be found even at the biological level. And that is what creation is. It actually emerges from the vacuum through the black hole structure into our reality.
New studies have shown that the spin rate near the surface of black holes seems to be very high. They spin close to the speed of light. His theories from 20 years ago predicted that result.
These are all components that tells us that the black holes are not the result of the material world, but maybe that the material world is the result of the dynamics of black holes.
Information and energy flow throughout the universe. For many people, the science of the interconnection of the protons is exciting because it resonates with the feeling of the connection of life. We feel the connection of life very deeply with our loved ones, our families, our pets, with the animals, with the amazing flow of nature and our connection to the natural world. Since our earliest beginnings, humanity has depended on the sun and the stars for food and navigation. The drive to understand the forces of nature at work in our world has pushed humanity ever forward. For millennia, humans have looked at birds and dreamed of flying. But for most of human history, flight was considered impossible. What is the next great advance in flight?
The structure of space-time is all around us. Imagine if we can learn to influence these structures so that we can control them and make them work for us. Gravity is a result of these little fluctuations in the structure of the vacuum. And by controlling those, by influencing those, we could be able to levitate things. Some incredible possibilities open as soon as we understand these fundamental mechanics of gravity and learn to control them and influence them. There's over 50,000 flights a day. Imagine if all these flights didn't require fossil fuels. Imagine the positive environmental impact this would have on our society. However, in order for us to evolve to a society that's able to fly maybe through its solar system or even through its galaxy, our technology, our understanding of the forces of nature, such as gravity, have to go to a deeper level. The helicopters behind me produce massive amount of lift by creating these small pressure differential and generating vortices in the structure of the air. Now imagine what we could do if we could create the same type of depression or the same type of gradient change in the structure of the fluctuations of the vacuum itself. The space would curve and generate what Einstein described as gravity in space-time curvature. By doing so, we could control the gravitational field. Is it possible to create a gradient in the structure of the vacuum itself? We already do this with the Casimir effect, where we create a little gradient between the two plates that forces the plates to get pushed together.
And now we've succeeded in doing what's called the dynamical Casimir effect, where actually instead of using plates, we're using little semiconductor mirrors, and we're able to oscillate them really fast, and as a result we're able to like pop little photons right out of the vacuum. So we're actually already extracting little bit of energy directly out of the vacuum.
This opens incredible possibilities. Tapping into the network of the structure of space leads to space travel across very large distances and so on.